Hello and welcome. So today I'm going to do a brief rundown of my keys rig. I'm going to go not really in depth on each individual model, more about how I use the setup and how it links together, mainly through time, but there's loads of information on the net about the individual items I have in my rig. So what have I got? I have this. We have on the bottom is an RD 2000 88 note weighted stage piano. Above that we have a Roland FA07 76 note semi-weighted or synth action workstation. I have a Viscount Legend expander organ module, an Innovation Peak synth and a little mixer. Underneath I've built myself a little pedal board. I'll go through what the pedals do, I run out of time. All on an X stand, a quick lock. There is a plywood shelf that sits on the top arms, enable me to use some laptop stands to mount the modules on. It's going to be a bit difficult to show and play at the same time, so it will go backwards and forwards a bit. So the RD, basically you have 8 zones, each of which are turn-onable. You can have one, multiple, and the sliders in each one are volumes. So real time you can layer and you can do your volumes. So what have I got? This is where I come to the side. So there's 1,000 odd sounds. I have on one piano, various pianos on there if you want something a bit more mellow. That's the primary sound. On 2 I've got EPs. Put a bit of that on it. On 3 I've got clavs. 4 Transistor organ, really. 5 6 7 and 8. And if you want to layer piano and strings, for instance, see, I've now got both buttons pressed, can mix, to taste. Okay, now there's more hidden tricks here, because if you shift and toggle the button, it goes green. When it goes green, it's controlling an external source. And 1 to 8 is MIDI channel 1 to 8. So I have on MIDI channel 1 I have the lower tier of my organ, MIDI channel 2 is the upper tier of my organ, MIDI channel 3 is my peak, 4 through 5 is the FA. So if I want to layer say the FA strings with the RD's piano, I can. I turn the piano red and the patch 8. I'll do that now. Which is handy, and it also means I can use the 2 manuals, the 2 keyboards, as a twin manual organ. That's probably all you need to know on the bottom. So on the FA, I've got the pads set up in pad mode. They can do various ways, but basically what you've got is each one of these pads I've got corresponding to a MIDI channel. So channel 1 is the lower manual of the organ, channel 2 is the upper manual of the organ, channel 3 is peak, and all the rest are internal sounds from the FA. Now you can make these so that they select multiple patches. So 16 might actually trigger MIDI channel 3, 6 and 9, and you can layer the peak with a couple of patches. So I have some synthy type stuff and stringy type stuff and some orchestral and brass. Just synth brass. So that's quite straightforward. But 1, 2 and 3, 1, 2 and 3. So 3 is peak. So if I select 3, I'm now playing the peak. Etc. So I'm not going to go into the peak as such, it's more about how I control it. Number 2. 2 controls the organ expander. Now the organ expander, real-time drawbars, you've got upper, lower, manual and pedals. I've got pedals disabled. Lower manual is on MIDI channel 1, upper manual is on MIDI channel 2. So when I toggle these, it makes the drawbars active on that manual. You've got your percussion as normal, you've got harmonics, your vibration, your chorus, your C and V's here, and you can attach them to the upper or the lower board. You've got your rotary fast and slow. I do toggle it. 4 presets, these are drawbar presets. 5 manual memories, these select organ models and any tweaks to things like the Leslie and the key click, you can save those in there. Reverb and drive, volume, and you see 3, and then a bunch of controls for edits. So let me put this down and play a little. Not that I'm very good. So this is the upper manual. And so by shifting on the bottom, I'm now on the external setting for the RD. And so I have lower manuals. If I put that onto lower manual, etc. So that kind of enables you to play around and maybe go, if I do something like this, take that off, yeah, so you end up with something like I'm not very good, I'm just noodling at the minute, but so yeah, you get the idea. So there's a lot of control over these areas. Now what have I got on the foot switches? So on the left, that is my rotary toggle. So he says, not working. I know why it's not worked. Okay. Okay, next one along, that is my piano pedal hold. Back onto piano. Okay, we'll just nip over to this one. This is the same for the top board. And then we've got 3 expression pedals. So this one is set to expression pedal. By default it's volume, although I can assign anything. But it's most useful for things like swells. The second expression pedal I've got set up as aftertouch, because neither the RD or the FA have aftertouch. I've actually got the aftertouch on the bottom board. The little 2 switch on the peak, I don't know if you're aware, you have animate buttons that affect the sound. It's a way of latching several modifiers at the same time. So you can change an LFO speed, you can change a filter point and assign them all to one button, so it does the whole thing. Now you can do it from the peak direct, but you can also, you see, as I click the switches, they come on. And depending what sound is, you can do various things. So that's what the foot switches do. So the foot switches, along with the ability to layer in real time both internal and external sounds, the control from either a weighted or an unweighted board, dedicated organ, dedicated synth. It's quite a versatile setup. I've actually got these knobs up here set up so that they also do cut off frequencies there, resonances there. This one's a little hard to get a hold of. You've got modulation. So if on the FA that doesn't have a dedicated mod wheel, you can actually use that as a mod wheel and leave it in the middle somewhere. Let's actually choose one that's got modulation on it. Which is really quite helpful. I've also got aftertouch on there as well. I've got breathe, so I can use modifiers for breathe on the peak or on the FA. So there's lots of ways of, as a live tool, it integrates really quite well. I have got a little bit of time left, so what I'm going to do is quickly scroll through some of these sounds on the RD. So yeah, pianos, you've got both V pianos, and then you've got more traditional NX type sounds. Let me give you the NX sounds. Put the modulations on. You've got old boards, you've got old RDs on here, you've got uprights, all sorts. You've got vintage pianos as well as modern ones. There's an RD 1000 sound there. You've got all your kind of USA stuff. Clavs we've done, organs we've done, strings, loads of different strings. Pads, loads and loads of them. Brass, or bass should I say. And in the other you can actually go through the time. So you've got ensemble brass, loads of brass sounds, you've got woodwinds, all your woodwinds, and you've got flutes, you've got saxes, I'm just being very quick here, recorders and whistles.